just passed out of Texas into Oklahoma. So no, I am not headed home. And then somebody just said I should have demanded $800 for the window because of labor and this and that. Well, no, I just had the window replaced before I left. And the cost was a little under $400. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to demand something more than what it cost. In fact, I didn't demand anything. They offered it up. So, yeah, and as far as my tire pressure light, I know it's the sensor because I just had the full oil change done, and they do the tires, everything. And the minute I left there, the tire pressure gauge came on again. So I know it's not a low tire. I know it's the pressure gauge. Okay. So yeah, that answers that. Now I did stop and I took the puppies out, put them on their 20-foot long leash, and Miss Lily goes gangbusters. Mr. Mickey wasn't so into it this morning. He stayed pretty much close by my side. So he just wasn't into the running this morning. He was, he stayed more close to me. Miss Lily's another thing though, man. She runs 20 foot one way, then runs back the other way, and she is a goer. That's why you could never let her off her lead, because she loves to run. Oh my goodness. And so, yeah, she's got to be always on a lead. Well, both of them do, because Mr. Mickey gets intense on something and he can be very stubborn. And so, yeah. Now, I did work with them yesterday when we were in the waiting room. I had them in the waiting room for a while, and I kept working with them with recall. They were on their leash in the waiting room, and, when they go to the end of the leash, I'd tell them to come. So we were working on recall, and they did pretty good. Except for when Mickey got interested in something, and then his hearing goes out. He doesn't hear a thing. Then you're calling, Mickey, come. He's like, he's not hearing a word you're saying. So as long as he's not intent on something, he'll listen, and he knows the command, come, and he will. But if he gets intent on something, forget about it. He doesn't hear a word you're saying. Yeah. Now, somebody asked me if I get hassled by the popo. For what? No, I don't speed. I don't, I don't know what I would get hassled by. For what? When I pull off at night and I stop, I'm at a place, a pull off, or a, or at a, what do you call it, a rest area, or where there are a lot of trucks parking and things. So that type of thing. Okay. So no, I haven't been harassed by the popo. I've only had one knock on my door, and that was many years ago when I was in a van, and I can't remember where I was parked, but somewhere, and I did get a knock, but it's only been once in many years. And so, yeah, no, I don't get harassed. And even if I ever got pulled over, I don't even have parking tickets. Nothing ever. I don't ever have any moving violations, no parking tickets, no nothing. Okay? So, yeah. good. Like I said, they took $400 off my bill so that when I get home I can have this window replaced. I had it done by, what is it called, Safe Light, about a week before I left. Okay, just a few days before I left I had it replaced, so I know how much it's going to cost. And it's under $400. Okay, so again, I'm not going to try to hijack them for $800. So all good, all good. I don't speed. In fact, a lot of people will want to go around me because I'll go maybe, like this is, I have to look and see what the speed limit is here on this road. It was 75, but crossing into a new state, it may be a different speed limit. But I'm driving like 65. I don't like to speed. I'm not in that big of a rush. Okay? Yep. And I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. So I'm not weaving around the roadway. It says don't drink and drive. Well, I do drink and drive. I drink my lattes. That's it. Or my buy water. That's what I drink and drive. I've got to have them. I got to stay hydrated, okay? But I don't ever do alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. The only drugs I take are my thyroid medication, which I have to have, and that's it. And Advil on occasion if I have a massive headache like I did the other day. I took a couple of Advil. But that's it. Okay? All my life I've never been into recreational drugs or any of that. Not even in the 70s. Not even when I lived up in Haight-Ashbury. Just never into it. Now I had a friend when I was in high school and she was doing LSD every day. I don't know. I don't get it. I hate to think what she's like now because like I said, in high school, every day she went to school stoned. And then I have another friend that I had. She's been a deadhead and was toking the toke every day, and now she can't breathe. Yep. I talked to her just a while ago, and she can't breathe. So, yeah. I always want to have a clear head. Okay. So I never have gotten into that. I don't understand. I really don't understand why people want to drink. I don't get it at all. Okay? But that's just me, I don't understand that. Why do people want to be smoking marijuana? Now I get it if you've got a medical condition, and there are some things that the CBD does help. There are some conditions that it does help. I'm talking about people that are doing this recreationally, where I don't get that it's a recreation. It just, alcohol pickles your brain, ruins your liver, smoking ruins your lungs. Whether you're doing vaping or you're doing cigarettes or you're doing marijuana, it ruins your lungs. So I don't get that. I don't understand that concept. Got enough issues with bodies without doing that's going to be destructive to it on top of it. So anyway, that's where that stuff is at. And sorry about the double uploads. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Why it's uploading things twice. Oh, mercy. But that's it, just trying to answer people's questions. And then somebody put in about pheromone collars and listening to books and doing all, and I don't listen to those things. Now I have been trying to keep up with the YouTube stuff, but it's just to the point I don't want to hear any more of the things about Trump, because every one of his rallies are getting worse. If he makes a turn and does something better, then okay, I listen to it. But at this point, I just, the minute he opens his mouth, I want to turn it off, because he's just getting more toxic every day. By the hour, he's getting more toxic. And as far as the court cases, he's doing everything he can to delay them. Drags him out in court forever. Still doesn't want to pay Eugene Carroll, doesn't want to pay any of the fines he's been levied. He just continues to take it to a different court. So, we already know what he's going to do. So just listening to it over and over again at this time is no longer viable for me to continue to listen to this nonsense. Because I know he's not getting better, he's getting more desperate, he's getting more vile, more foul with the moment, every moment. Nothing that comes out of his mouth is genuine. And then you have ones on Fox News like that Jeannie Pirro. I think she's got to be drunk all the time, because he's so masculine. He's got swagger. He's an asshole. That's not swagger. That's being a total ass. Okay. So I guess she likes abusive men. That's her idea of somebody that's masculine, somebody that's toxic. Toxic hater. I don't get it. But then again, she's the most foul. Again, she's another liar, just makes things up and puts it out there. So, yeah, I don't care to hear from any of them anymore. Because listening to all this toxicity, it's not going to change what's taking place, okay? So I'm kind of starting to opt to back out of listening to that crap anymore, because the only thing that's going to change things is to get out there, vote blue the whole way, and keep your sanity, okay? So listening to this stuff, if it gets you wound up, maybe think about taking the chill pill and not doing it, okay? Because he's going to continue to do it. These, repugly uglies that are willing to sell their souls and lie through their teeth, it's not going to benefit anything by listening to their lies and their hatred, okay? Just not. So maybe do something else that's more productive. Just a suggestion, If you want to immerse yourself in it, go for it. But again, it's not going to change anything. And if it just gets you wound up and upset, and it's not going to change, and it's just going to be more of the same, And like I said, it's just getting ever more toxic and more delusional and more hate-filled. And so, you know, it really is of no benefit to listen to it. Okay? At least that's just my view. Because I know people on the channel get really wound up about it. Okay? Oh, and speaking about getting wound up, somebody was saying they know I'm depressed about this, or I'm upset about it, or angry, or whatever it was, they said. And no, I'm not. You know, why would I be upset and miserable or wound up or depressed about any of it? You know, no, absolutely not. If something goes out in your car, it needs to be repaired, it needs to be repaired. Okay? And I knew that going in, that there was an issue with that component. And like I said, the guy never fixed it, so it goes out. Yeah, inevitable, I would gonna have to replace it. Okay? And I'm just grateful that they were able to get me back on the road, get the part the next day, and get that done. And they did it in a, you know, they really bent over backwards to get me back out on the road. And so, no, I'm grateful. I'm not angry. I'm really grateful for them getting me out there and doing it. You know, they didn't railroad me. They didn't overcharge for what they did. So I don't know where they get this thing that they think I'm all wound up and depressed or upset or whatever it is, you know, because, yeah, no, not at all. I just had a headache from the beeping, that's it. But, yeah, no. And we're back on the road already, and all is good. Okay? Except for right at the moment, I'm going through all this construction and drama over here. Oh, a lot of construction going on these roadways. And I've got barking dogs. Yeah. Bark and Wine Security. But other than that, no. I mean, you know, doing quite well. And you go with the flow of it, that's all. But there was nothing to get depressed and upset about or whatever. It was just, you know, another setback, you know, the all of that drama. But that's life. That's life. So anyway, I'll leave this here. I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna video this because all it is a lot of road construction here. Yeah, I did video 30 minutes going through Texas. There's not a whole lot to see. The only thing there was to see was one little town that I went through. And then we finally got to a little bit of rolling hills, but most of it were just flat. Not a lot to see. But if people want, I'll put it up. But it was really kind of a boring drive through Texas, through that area. You know, not everything is pretty when you're driving across country. You can get to some pretty desolate areas, you know, pretty boring. But that's, part of the journey. It's part of it. So on that note, I'll leave that here. Like I said, at the moment, I just crossed out of Texas into Oklahoma. Hooker, Oklahoma, 17 miles away. Okay. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We're at a boring part, so the puppies will be back there sleeping again in a few minutes. They like to go through towns where they see people and can bark and think that they're really doing their security job. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So continuing the journey. No, I did not turn back. Okay? I did not run home. Now that it's fixed, why would I? Okay? I'm going to keep going.